How you doing, Iron Man? Looks like we're getting that rain that you were talking about yesterday. Just putting a coat of primer on this one figure from yesterday because I didn't do it yesterday. I'll give it another shot. But I'm going to focus on these guys, little 10s. Oh. Yeah, the rain's good. It's a soaking rain. Just soaking into the ground. Off and on, though. It keeps, it goes for a few minutes and then it stops. And it comes down really hard for 5 minutes, then stops. And it comes down hard again, then it stops. Then a little light drizzle. Thunder in the background. That kind of thing. Paid property tax and renewed the tags. Hey, got some work done. Good, good. Boy, that's a depressing property tax. Curious what you're paying on property tax. Where I'm sitting, it's like $6,000 a year. $6,000 a year. Carrots and cucumbers. I bet they were. Fresh in the garden, you can't beat it. Were they crispy? Some crispiness? Oh, there's nothing like that. Store-bought stuff is just not the same, especially lettuce. It's seldom nice and crispy. Got a nice big head of lettuce yesterday from the store, or the day before. With those outside leaves, they're kind of there. I don't want to say soggy, but lack of a better term, that's kind of what it felt like. I should get inside a little bit further. Nah, that's better. Crispy vegetables. Oh, I forgot to do something here. All this time lingering, I forgot to do something. Oh. I think John sent me that game on Steam. No, wait a minute. Darkest Dungeon. I gotta check that out. Maybe Saturday. I've been watching videos on it. I like it. I could get into that. I question, though, if it's a little bit tedious, repetitious for me. But I think I'll load it up and give it a shot. That looks like it might be fun. It's the first one, which is, what, a decade ago? So I'm going to try that. If I like it, I might check out the second one. Nice little role-playing dungeon crawl type of game. Very dark and grim. I liked it. I like it. $1,600 a year. I live here on purpose. Oof. $6,000, man. 6,000. It's terrible. I had a place near Detroit. There was $5,500 a year. I bet. I had a place in the slums, and that was $37 a year. Wow. Yeah, what you're paying now, that's not bad at all. And how many acres did you say you had? How much space? I'm sitting on 4.5. That's one reason. $6,000. Damn. I had a place in the slums, 37. Not sure what I got for the money, to be honest. Yeah. Slums. Go figure. Taxes are theft. That's all it is. It's just theft. One acre. No local cops, huh? Wow. I didn't like that. Where I live, cops are everywhere. State, sheriff, local. We got a really top-end local police department, South Abington Police Department. They're pretty high-end, and that's because where I live, there's a lot of money. Believe it or not, there are a lot of $1 million plus mansions around here. I know because, well, I've grown up here and I worked here. There's a lot of money here. I have a nice little spot tucked away. But yeah, there's a housing development above me. There's a college not far. There's colleges all over that. It's just a lot of people, a lot of money. It's a pretty prime real estate, really. So it's expensive. Right next to Scranton, which is kind of a cesspool. Honestly. But you got Scranton University. Marywood College, Luzerne Community College, Baptist Bible College. These are all local to me. So there's a lot going on. I showed you the video where I live. I don't know if you saw it, but there's one of those little drones, around the pond. And there was a few parts there where it went so high and you could see all the housing developments that are just, over here and just right here. So, and where I live on the pond is just, you got the mountain and then you've got all these trees. But I'm surrounded by people too, so. $100K pickup trucks. Jesse's got a pretty nice truck. He just got, I don't know if it's brand new. I don't think so. I think, one previous owner. It's a fantastic truck, just like new. He paid a lot of money for that. I think it's a Toyota, one of the big ones. Toyota something. He's got a really nice truck. You're surrounded by Japanese beetles? You mean the actual bugs? Because I know you garden. You're talking about the little cars zipping around. Could be. Whatever their big truck is, they're 1,500. Not the 20, not the diesel one, but the... I think it's a 1,500. It's got to be. Can't be any less than that. I don't know if he's got it. It's not. No, it's 1,500. Could be a Tacoma. I never really was a fan of Toyota, so I don't know. Been a Dodge fan all my life. But they're rough. Yeah, but he's got a pretty nice truck. It's only one previous owner. I don't know what year. I'll have to ask him. I never really got into it with him. But it's got everything from heated seats to the full cab to the, you know, the screen where you back. I think all cars and stuff have that now. You know, the little screen, the TV thing, shows you behind the truck. It's got all that nonsense. No big lift on it, though. It's got some kind of lift, but not a very big one. Yeah, it's a really nice truck. I'll have to take a picture, actually. Just got it last year. Toyota. Toyota Tacoma. Fords. Yeah, it's... We've always had Dodges. We had a Chevy. Did we have a Chevy? We had a Chevy for a while. Boy, that was a beast. My cousin, he had Chevys, wide open exhaust. It was loud and powerful, but it was old. Our last truck we had was a Dodge Ram. You've seen it in some of my videos. Beautiful sport 1500. Nice lift on it. Just beautiful red and black combination. Had the brush guard in the front, which was black, and it looked so cool from the front of it, with the black grill type of thing, Ram and everything. Just beautiful truck. We ran that into the ground. It was a work truck too. Before that, we had a sports side Chevy 1500 maroon, step side, I think it's called. It's where the cab is, or the box is kind of shrunk in, and the wheels kind of stick out. But that got totaled. We had a wreck, and I was in it. I spidered the windshield and everything. It was pretty bad. Yeah, we totaled that. Mudding, of all things, across the pond. Ooh, man. Good times, good times. Here in the backwoods of northeast Pennsylvania. I drove a 250 Ford F-250 at work. It is horrible to ride around in. It has a lot of power, but it loses control of bumpy roads because of the stiff suspension. It goes sideways down washboard gravel. Oh, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. A little Toyota mini truck, Honda car. Good enough for now. What's their mini truck? Ford has the Ranger. I know the Ranger. Toyota has a little mini too. Toyota something. My father has or he had, still sitting out front. It's a little green truck. It's their little Dodge. For that matter, what's Dodge's little truck? I don't remember. $250. That's a diesel, isn't it? Diesel would have been fun. Probably would have got one eventually. We always had a wide open exhaust. Well, not wide open. We had a custom. We always had custom exhausts on our trucks. Gibson exhaust. That kind of thing. Split pipes. All that. That's a lot of torque. A lot of horsepower. Besides sounding really good. Nobody has a mini truck anymore. The Ranger is a 40K medium truck. Really? What's that called, though? Hi, James. Cafe standards killed the smaller trucks. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Good morning. Alcovians? Eleanors? Dashers? Dashers. What's this? Can you dig it? Let's put another primer on this, another coat. Got rain coming down once again. I'm loving this primer you sent, James. This is awesome. This air brush primer. It really flows nice. Good coverage. Usually 1.5 to 2 coats. Depends on the model. Of course, my sisters get 2 coats because, well, they're my sisters. They always get the extra. Goes on good. I highly recommend it as a brush-on primer. Vallejo Air. James knows his stuff, I'm telling you, he does. Gotta pay attention to him. He's well versed via experience. The best teacher ever. That should do it. Well, it's nice and smooth. No patchy. Oh, there's a hair from the brush. Careful. Yeah, but the graphics are actually really, really good. They're well animated when they do their attacks and when they move and open doors and check things. It's actually really good. I didn't think it would be. I didn't even know what it was. But yeah, I kind of digging it. I am going to try it out. It's only like $7 on Steam. Darkest Dungeon 1. But my only concern, for one thing, it's really challenging. But my one main concern is if I get bored quick, because you know me. And if it just feels like the same thing over and again, and it's over and over and over, and tedious and repetitious, not enough difference going on, then I probably won't play it much, if at all, after a few sessions. That's all. But it was sent to me, so I'm going to try it at least. And I'll video it, or I'll stream it. Maybe Saturday or something. When I got all day. Unless I'm working on the house. We'll see. 2022 Kia. Oh, John, there you are. I was just talking about Darkest Dungeon. I haven't played it yet. I haven't installed it. But I watched some videos on it, and I think I like it. I like it. I like what's going on. I'm definitely going to try it out. So thanks for that. And I am going to stream it. I like it. Little dungeon crawling type of game with a lot of campaign elements that I guess is really friggin' hard. But I like it. Some computer RPGs are let down by grinding and walking, but everyone speaks highly of that one. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Let me check my rain forecast here. We're going to have some heavy rain a little bit around half an hour from now. It'll last for half an hour. That's pretty bad. Then it slows down by about 6:30. It slows down. So that sucks. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Waiting for Lydia to get back from Little Caesars. Pizza night. Pizza. Little Caesars is good. Sheet pizza. That's good stuff. I don't have a local Little Caesars around here. I have to go down Scranton, I think. There's one. I've eaten that before. I think it's down Scranton. We need a good multiplayer game we can all play. Yeah, I'm keen on that. It's just a matter of me installing something. I freed up quite a bit of space on my hard drive so I can put some stuff on there. This little Darkest Dungeon's what, a couple meg to install? That's not bad, so. We need a good yeah, I read that. Something that will run on a Casio watch. It's not so hard. It's just unforgiving, and you lose your best guys on a whim. Adapt end. What else other than adapt? Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm watching a channel on YouTube. Guys playing through it from very beginning. He did this like 8 years ago because, hey, it's an old game. And I'm watching it. I'm really pulled in by it. I'm enjoying it. Kind of getting hooked on the characters, see if they survive, and, you know. So I'm watching that. We'll see how good I do. Get some idea how to play the damn thing, because it's going to be rough when I pull in. Iron's getting pizza too. Oh, I've been thinking about pizza all day. Don't get me going here. I had pizza last week. Thursday, I think it was. I might do it again tomorrow. That's my lay-back YouTube day. I watch a lot of things on YouTube on Thursdays, so I got a lot of time. I like to have some pizza, you know, kick back. So I'm thinking about it. $9.99 for a large pepperoni, breadsticks, and sauce. That's not bad at all. I think Domino's is $7.99 for a medium. Is it $7? No, it's $6.99. $6.99. Or is it $5.99? I think it's $6.99. Yeah, for a medium, which is pretty good. You get 3 mediums, 2 toppings each. 3 medium, 2 topping pizzas for essentially $7 each. So $20. 3 pizzas, mediums, 2 toppings each. It's pretty good. That's not a bad deal. El Cheapo pizza. But it's good. Gotta admit. That's usually what I buy, by the way. I get 3 pizzas, 2 toppings each. All kinds of different sauces and things you can get on it. I usually go with Alfredo sauce, which is awesome. Their red sauce is good, and their honey barbecue is good. Their garlic sauce is good. White garlic sauce. That's good for the pizza. It's good for the pizza. They're all good. It's just the whole game. I love the narrator. Yeah, the narrator voice is cool. It starts you out easy, and then throws you into the meat grinder. Okay, John, have a good meal. I'll be here, just getting started. $29.99 and the free towel in every box. I get free red pepper packs. Usually get about 6 of them. Oh no, no answer at the pizza shop. Uh-oh. The momentum is being taken from under you, Arn. I want Turkish pizza now. Turkish pizza. Not sure what that is. I'm not sure. We're going to use Vallejo Flat Red next. Bring on the detergent. Enough detergent to wash the towel. And you get a free scimitar. Well, speaking of scimitars. Okay, John. Speaking of scimitars, we had another great practice session of Dragonbane last night. Really good session. We had a full-on, it's almost like a one-shot, so the way we did it. So I did video it. I recorded it. I'm going to edit it and see what I could do with it. Pretty good role play stuff going in there. A lot of good action. They're basically looking for a refuge in an old cave an hour away to the north, so it was on our map. So we went up there, and we got up there, and the damn thing is occupied by freaking goblins. They got a big watchtower in front of the cave entrance. Like, whoa, we weren't ready for this. So the duck decided to sneak up to the place. There was a goblin up there watching, and possibly another one in the back. It was getting twilight, so the fires were lit. And he got spotted. So battle ensued. I ran in with my Wolfen character, Wolfkin. Ran right into the mouth of the place to try and catch another goblin that was trying to sound an alarm. Failed. And I charged right into the center heart of this little enclave of goblins, but there wasn't many of them. So they were somewhere else. But there was also orcs. So we had this grand battle across roped bridges and in this cave. They were camped out. There's lit fires everywhere against goblins and orcs. And there was a slew of them. We had to battle. And I think there was 6 goblins and 2 orcs. That was quite a bit for us. We just went in and fought individually. It was just terrible. Got into a slog. But eventually we got our shit together and kind of took advantage of our numbers and blocked off some bridges and, you know, all this nonsense going on. My character almost died. Found a scimitar after the battle. The orcs had some scimitars, and one of them I decided to take with me. I needed a good scimitar. And looking at the bottom of it, remember, we're playing solo here. Improv. Looking at the bottom of it, I noticed some strange designs that looked like it was some type of burial sword. And shortly after that, it was a segue, because shortly after that, we heard the scrape of bone and steel on the cave floor coming towards us from a cavern. And yeah, we're about to take on some skeletons. So we're going to try fighting some skeletons tonight. In this goblinoid set of caves. So yeah, it was really fun. Lots of good role play, some funny stuff. Has an old school feel to this game. Lots of fun things happen. There's lots of little random mishap tables and all kinds of goodness. So I think you guys will enjoy it. We're going to play that next month. Full-on scenario. Full-on adventure. Jesse and Kyle are loving it. Which is good for me because it's more of a low magic, old school type of setting and game. So it's good for me because they play Pathfinder and they really love it. Still do, but they're really enjoying this. So it's a good opportunity to, hey, check out some of this stuff. This is a different style and I think you might like it. So this is their first go with games like this. So I'm happy they're really responding well. But anyway. Pied shop. The hell is Pied? P-I-D-E? The pizza shop is in the gas station. Wow. At our next RPG, I will be the Jungle Rope Bridge Safety Inspector. Seeing you click the brush tip reminds me of those poor young women painting the glow-in-the-dark watch faces years ago. Wow. Pied, Turkish pizza. Is that what it's called? Pied. I didn't know that, James. Pied. I'm going to have to look up Turkish pizza. Pied is a flat Turkish bread, known in Greece as pita, which is eaten to accompany a meal, and this is where the name pizza would come from. The history of pizza, a dish that became an icon, blah blah blah. Oh. What are they? Is it like in boats? Little boats? Is that how they do it? Huh. It's like an egg yolk. Lamb topping. I see hearts flying. Huh. I bet that is good. A little boat. Yeah, it does. Looks like it's full of meat. It's like a taco in a way. Look at that. Cut it. I like these too. Cheese for pied. Turkish kasser. Cheese. They got their own cheese here. Kasser Pineri. Ah. Kielbasa. Sausage. Yeah, they look good. I like this. I'd give it a whirl. Tomatoes, peppers, lemon. Lamb. I'm not a fan of lamb. Onion, garlic, salt, pepper. Kasser Turkish cheese or mozzarella. Baharat spice mix. It's a Middle Eastern spice mix that can be purchased ready-made. Paprika, cumin, coriander, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, cardamom. Oh, I never heard of that one. Cardamom. I bought mine from Harris Weiss Middle Eastern stores. Baharat isn't the right flavoring. I don't recommend it. Anyway, you could find this, just do a search. That's the recipe stuff if you want to have a look at it. Boy, that looks good. Yep, saw my old Iron Man. I like the traditional thin, round pizza you get at the shops, the local shops, the mom and pop shops, the pizzerias. Traditional pizza, right? Kind of like New York style, where the slices are huge as your face. We got lots of those shops around here. Lots of pizza stores or shops around here. Lots. Yeah, if it's food, that is definitely a distraction. I think everybody in here would agree. Calzone. That's another good. They fold it like a calzone. Calzones are good. Pizza pie. Oh, my red paint's gonna dry up. Hello. Hello. Da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Dum-dum. Okay. Collars. Make all kinds. Big fan playing pizza. There's my link. Anyway, sorry for the diversion. No problem. What is this open here? What is this thing? Get out of here. think tonight I'm going to be having a big ass salad once again, pardon the French. Salades. I love my salades. Lots of meat and egg. This red is kind of flat. I just call it flat red. So it's not very bright, unfortunately. Don't really want to put a second coat on here, because this is very, very tedious and so small. So I might put a little bit of just a highlight dab on the red later on. Just a little dab on the shoulder straps, just to bring out that red in certain spots. Don't want to go crazy here. They have front lapels that are also in this color, so I got to put that on where it's seen. Okay. I have a roasted vegetable in the fridge. Probably do some sausages. Yeah, sausages are good. A lot of fat in sausage, though. The good ones, anyway. So I don't have them too much. I eat more poultry, I think, than anything. Turkey and chicken. I eat that all the time. Ham, every once in a while. That's expensive. It's all freaking expensive. Roast vegetables in the fridge. Probably do some sausages. Roast mine in the oven to get rid of some of the fat. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I boil my meat, honestly, and then I'll put it in an oven. I don't fry stuff. If I cook an egg, I boil it. Whether it's a dipping egg or a hard-boiled egg, it's how I do it. Boil everything in water. I don't use animal fat too much. I do, but not often. Good oven and a good boiling. That's all you need to do. I seriously got to get one of those crock pots. That would be good to have. That would be good to have. Necron Death Ray. That works too. Do I have pictures of Jake's Necrons? I don't know. Bum, ba, 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 da, da. Chaka, chaka, cha. Where would I have those pictures? Where would I have those pictures? Oh, in 40K, maybe. Maybe. Nah, they're all... Oh, I do have a picture. I have one picture. And it's Necrons. Let's show off the Necrons. Jake's Necrons. There they are. Jesse painted them. You can see that style that he has where it's the contrast between colors is really strong. I call it cartooning. You could see it on his staff there with the red and the orange. Yeah, he painted these pretty quick. Probably not his best, but yeah, those are Jake's. He's got a whole army. Everything in that starter box from 9th edition. Painted it all in just like a few days. A week. Something like that. Not bad. Does the trick. Yeah, here's the cartooning. We got some blending going on. Voot, voot, voot noises, yep. A bitter old bunch. They're a bitter old bunch of bitter old men. I use the rice cooker. I get a rice cooker. I use that when I have rice. Steam vegetables in it too. Do I? No, I steam them on the stove with water. It has a steamer plate though you can put in it. Yeah, I use that cooker all the time. Get me off the screen. Turn that down. lost my chat thing. When you move the models, you have to make vroom vroom. Let's a look at his stuff. Oh, there's Kyle. There's Kyle. Kyle's jumping in.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
How you doing, Kyle? Doing pretty good. I'm painting along here live.
I can see that.
Awesome.
Hello, James. How you doing?
Sir Jums. We've been sitting here talking about pizza and other good foods.
That's what I had for dinner was pizza.
Yeah, damn, everybody's having pizza today. Do you
It's 91 out there.
Yeah, it's 78 here. We got rain, light rain. Not bad, actually. Cools it down.
I wish we'd get some because it is downright unbearable out there.
Humid.
Oh, very humid. What's going on, Legion? How you doing? What's up, Barn? Oh yeah, Fritz. It's like 68% humidity out here now. Oh, we got some clouds moving in, so hopefully they'll bring some rain.
Fishbowl time. That's what that is. Living in a fishbowl.
Yeah, because you step outside and like I'll walk down to check the mail and my shirt was sticking to me and I don't usually sweat.
I don't wear clothes unless I'm streaming. So when I go to get the mail, it's bare ass. I don't have to worry about that. True story. Nah, I'm kidding.
Am I getting a break in? Yeah, I'm getting a break. Just sort of relaxing, hanging out with Fritz, and we're playing some Drachtemana, which is absolutely fun. I'm having an absolute blast with that.
Mm-hmm. And we're not just playtesting, we're actually playing, so we got a story going on and everything else. Trying out all the different combat mechanics and skill mechanics is really what we're doing, but we got a narrative going, right? Role playing.
Like we were able to, in literally the span of 20 minutes, come up with this quest, to go rid the caves of goblins, that way the people on the road are safe. And now that has sort of come to pass, and now we've got undead skeletons that have come down on us, and we found a relic of an ancient kingdom. So it's getting deep, to say the least, and we're just sort of free flowing with it. And yeah, James, we perspire. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of a weird thing, I never used to sweat at all. It was very weird. I could go out and work outside and I would be dry. Nowadays it's not as bad, but I do sweat a little bit now. So
I'm a sweater. I'm one of those guys that's just dripping.
you're like the old man then.
Yep. Just pouring off the forehead all over the... I'm a sweater.
Yep, that's Dad. Dad can wake up, put a new shirt on, step outside and sit down on the front porch and sweat.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how he's always been.
Yep, my old man was the same way. I get it all from him. Same stuff. Sweater.
It's pretty neat what you inherit and what you don't. pretty neat to sit back and take a look at.
Some of us are eating here. I know, Max. My pizza's ready in 20 minutes. Excellent, Iron Man. My wife just made me pizza. Oh boy, everybody's having pizza. What's going on here?
It's a pizza day, I'm telling you.
I might do it tomorrow. I don't know. I had pizza last Thursday. I don't want to do this every freaking week. Pizza isn't the healthiest thing in the world. Some would question that.
It's all about if you have a few cold beer to go along with it, that makes it a little healthier, I think.
Rando RPG stream, you're renaming the stream. Thanks to Pundit. Is that legit? I guess it is. He says truth. You aren't going to use that name, right? Yes, I am. You know Max.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It would be cool to do a black and white logo and call it the generic RPG stream. Everything's in black and white. Everything. The logo, the stream. Change your saturation levels to take all the color out. It's just black and white. The whole thing.
Hey, that'd be like an old school kind of, like an old school black and white, almost like a western or a movie almost.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
All black and white. There you go. That'll fix them. I have the screenshots of what he said on my Discord. All right. She's watching Avatar, says John. How you doing, John? Talking about his wife, I think. Just doesn't interest me. Create a mascot named Rando. His initials should be RNG. Sepia tones. Yeah, sepia. There you go. So we'll do something again tonight if we're around. I think Jesse comes around after around 10. Right around there, he'll be around. So if you're around, Kyle, at that time,
I'll be here.
Yeah, I'm here now, so me and you could still do something too. So we'll see.
We can take a deeper look at the magic.
Yeah, we could. You can't, when you look at the rule book, I don't think you can. Never mind. I can edit it. I could add notes and stuff and questions that come up and put them in the thing so everybody could see it. But
Yeah, I can't change it, but I can see yours.
I could probably set it up so you can, but I don't know. We'll see. Surely the joy of RPG streams is connecting with other RPGers. I agree, James.
I mean, that's kind of why we sit in and watch RPG streams, is it not?
Yep. I think that's why folks watch my streams. It's not so much me, it's just the whole community thing. See if Iron Man's there. Oh, James, I want to talk to James. Oh, there's Max. You know, it's that. That's a big deal. I like these small streams like this because people can keep in touch and talk. Well, normally they probably wouldn't. Right?
Yeah, like if it was a bigger community, I don't think we would, but you know, that was kind of, I remember I came in on a Tuesday and you were streaming on Wednesday. I'm brand new to the server, never had any sort of experience like this before, and it's like, okay, like I think I met James that day, and me and James kind of went back and forth a little bit. Kind of really threw me off, though.
James is a good guy. Everybody in here is
absolutely is.
everybody in here is fantastic. James, Ironman, John, Max. I probably left somebody out and they hate me now. Gone. Never unsubscribe. Let me see. Somebody said something. I was referring to the old generic food brands, says Ironman. I remember those. White can with black lettering. I remember those. That was a big deal back then. Generic brand. What's this? It's cheaper. Wow, let's get into this. And that was all the thing back then. This is what, early 80s or something? Yeah, it was literally black and white branding. Grocery food and stuff like that. I didn't know that YouTube allowed dirty jokes I can share, but it's NSFW. Nobody's working. I don't think. Max is kind of okay. Not sure about fantasticals. Nah, I consider you fantastic. No matter what everybody else says. And they say a lot.
And I consider everybody in here family. Y'all were always there for me, so.
John says, "Oh, I am not good." We are our own worst critics.
Well, no, you're not good. You're great. So, there you go.
He's fantastical as well.
Yeah, I snuck that one in there on him.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me pause that. Actually, let me watch it, John. Okay, that's John's link there if you want to watch that. It's a little short of sorts, telling a joke. But a very large woman with a hairy armpit who like to lift her legs or arms in bars. So check that out. It's actually pretty funny.
I'm loving that.
A very large woman. Yeah, good stuff. Nothing wrong with that, John. That's good.
I didn't see anything wrong with it. Hell, I'm over here laughing to it.
It's a joke, right? It's a joke. What's going on here? Okay, let me get these last three. Dum dum da 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 dum. See, I haven't installed or played it yet, Darkest Dungeon, Kyle, but I was watching some videos on it last night, and I like it. That's something I could get into, so I'm going to probably check it out on Saturday and stream it. Darkest Dungeon 1, because John sent it to me. So I'm going to check that out.
It's pretty good. I think you'll like it.
Mm-hmm. My only concern is how tedious and repetitive it might become, because I get bored really easy. It happens all the time when Max comes in the chat. You know, I'm like bored 5 minutes as soon as he gets in here. It's like, yeah, whatever. Just let him go. I'm only teasing, Max. I'm only teasing because it's fun. I'm only teasing. But yeah, I do get bored pretty quick. But he sent it.
You'll enjoy it. Oh, yes, you'll enjoy it.
I'm sorry, Max. Just kidding. He'll never come in again.
Certainly hope not.
Hope he doesn't come in again.
Oh, I certainly hope he does come in again.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I can't help myself. I want to get him and his wife in here both, and we're going to play some RPGs. Noro. I take it as a challenge. She's not a gamer at all, whatsoever. Jesse's wife isn't a gamer either. Boy, she'd be a challenge. She's Thai. She's a Thai. She would be a tough one. Ooh. No time for games. Need to be out working, making money.
I mean, hey. But you gotta have time to enjoy yourself, too.
No, no time. Must make money. I'll read the chat in a second. I'm sure there's a lot there.
Max said this is how mass shootings start, you know. John said this used to be one of my all-time favorite jokes. Penguin joke at the monkey bar. That's what it's called. It's got a YouTube link for you.
Okay. Oh, I forgot the tails, the little turnbacks. Damn it. Gotta go through these models again and do the tails. Let me just finish these 3. I don't want to miss a link here. John shared something yesterday and I didn't get to it. He had to leave, but I did look at it, John. We looked at it here. Although I can't remember what the hell it was. I do not remember. Okay, gotta get some lapels. Real quick. All right. They're done. Let me look at this video real quick. We put this on the stream. It's not copyrighted stuff, is it? Actually, hold on. Copy. Okay. Load her up. Load her up. Load her up. Why didn't that? Whoops. Where is it? Okay, let's check this out and see what's going on. Your brain cuts off your hearing when you lack this mineral. Oh, that's the commercial.
A penguin takes his car into the shop and the mechanic says he needs an hour to check it out.
What kind of car?
What kind of... A damn penguin car, all right? Anyway, he goes across the street to the 7-Eleven to kill some time and get an ice cream. Penguins love ice cream.
Really?
Sure. But because he's got no hands, the poor little guy gets the ice cream all over his beak.
It's going somewhere.
So he goes back to the mechanic. The guy tells him, looks like you blew a seal. The penguin tells him, no, that's just a little ice cream.
Ta-dum-dumps. Crazy chimpanzees. They're terrible, I'm telling you, terrible. Compliments of John Longshore. Let's go up and scroll. Well, that explains a lot, says Max. Oh, I was crying. Legion, stop it. Stop it, Max. This is how mass shootings start.
No, I mean, the man ain't kidding.
Not sure about Fantastic. This used to be my all-time favorite joke. I read that. Oh, that's there. Good. All is well. Max knows better than that. I appreciate Max. He's actually a really, really good guy, honestly, because once you get to know him, especially after post streams, you know, you talk and you you talk like real people. There isn't this image that you're portraying. Not that he portrays anything other than himself, really, but, he can actually talk to people. Like me and you, Kyle.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can have a conversation with him.
Yeah. We've had a lot of good conversations. Same with, I think all you guys would agree, I don't change. I am the same person you're hearing right now. I really don't change.
Outside of the voice, I don't. I mean, outside of changing my voice, I don't change. I'm literally the same person.
My wife told me to keep the door locked last night. There was an escape from Warren that was armed and dangerous. I'm thinking, doesn't that describe every American? Boom. Chimpanzees are not cute little things. They can rip you apart. Yes, they do. And Joe Rogan has had some good stories about that. Yeah, I'm not a bully. No, he's not. That was my term. I was the only one that called you a bully in our game. Isn't that right, Kyle? When Max was playing, I was the only one that referred to him as, oh, he's the bully. And ever since then, it's kind of hung over his head like a dark cloud. It's just me.
I mean, we kind of RP'd it that way. He was supposed to be the bully and I was supposed to be the firm boot in the ass. To sort of quell the bully side of him, kind of almost.
I don't think he was trying to be a bully, though. His character, that is.
No, absolutely not. Max out of character, fantastic.
His character had a lot of depth in his background to begin with, and Max.
Think of dark clouds.
A dark cloud has entered the arena.
I'm doing
There it
some
is.
work. Yeah.
How you doing, Bert?
Good. Good.
I don't have your camera showing. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Well, that's even better.
Max says, I was never a bully. I was trying to protect them. They didn't want to be protected. Exactly.
I mean, that's kind of exactly how it played out there. It was kind of like the get off my ass speed.
Hmm.
Yeah, that didn't go over that well either, Max. Don't feel bad.
No, it didn't. Which I didn't expect either. I don't know. We got some. Listen. Oh, I better keep quiet. Sticking my foot in my mouth all night tonight. What's going on, James? What are you painting, James?
I'm just putting some Necrons together.
I got you in the mood to do Necrons.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I really wish I could have heard Jesse's rant. Yeah, that whole situation was hilarious. But I think it was the first session we had with Max. And Max was playing his role. He was role playing. He was excited. He wanted to do this. We were gonna rock and roll with RP. And Jesse was in there, we're not used to this. A player comes in so strong, I guess that's a term to use with the role play. But Max was, doing some things there, role playing in regards to the goblin, which was Jesse's character, and said some things. But I guess somewhere in there, Jesse took it a little bit too personal and didn't realize Max was in RP mode, because this is the way Max was playing. It was hard to tell, honestly. Is he talking as a player? What, did he just offend me? Boy, but Jesse didn't know. So he kind of flew off, from what I understand. And the funny thing was, is his mic gave out, and we didn't know that. We just hear little hints of what he was saying, and that's it. But what I found out was going on, he was sitting there just lambasting Max, like, you son of a bitch, go to hell. This kind of stuff. And we didn't know. We couldn't hear it. He was getting
like,
really...
all we heard was, just blips, like somebody keyed in, pushed to talk, and then they just,
Yeah.
it just cut out. So all we heard was, that was it. Like, we had no idea that he was upset.
We didn't know. Max didn't know. He's just going on, continuing the RP, having a good time, laughing with everybody. Just he's sitting here cursing up a storm. Rah, rah, and he didn't know his mic couldn't be heard. And then he disappeared. And we all just thought, oh, he must have had a bad connection. He'll be back. Nope, he didn't come back. I found out after the session, why, who is that guy? What are you letting him in the camera?
Yeah, like, I remember he came back in, or you were telling me the day after, and I'm just like, wait a minute, he was, cussing at people? Like, what?
Oh, to me, it was hilarious. I didn't know. I was like, what? This actually happened? He's, I'm done playing. You're having him in there. I'm not coming back.
It was kind of a very much get off my ass moment.
Yeah. He must have just got madder and madder because he wasn't, Max and nobody was reacting to him. He didn't know why. Oh, I can imagine. And he was at work. He was at work when this happened, I think.
Yeah, because I was streaming for him. And he just sort of bailed, never came back, and I'm sitting there going, okay, I guess I'm kind of running ship.
To be fair, he didn't know. He didn't know. And he admitted that. But it was all good. After I explained, we got it all settled. But yeah. I just thought that was after the fact. That's pretty hilarious. I don't know what Max was doing. Picking up the goblin, throwing him around, or threatening. I don't know. You guys know. You remember. But Jesse didn't like that. For college football games and crazy political blather. I picked up my pizza, turned on the AM. Ads, some more ads. Why does AM radio even exist? Ads. There you go. I haven't listened to radio in about 30 years. I really wish I could have heard Jesse's rant. I think we all would have loved to heard that. Reality would set in. And we were live, weren't we?
Yeah, we were live, and there was people, like people actively, engaging with us in the chat, and all we heard was click, 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 click out of Jesse, and we couldn't hear a word he was saying.
I had to find that episode and find that spot where that happened and get a good laugh. Just hear his little clicks when he's talking, but you can't hear anything. It's static. We're all laughing.
I think that all I heard was you, and then and then this, and then, it was very broken and ununderstandable. Very, very broken.
Mm-hmm.
This medium is a lot like a cross between radio and like having a radio station and TV radio in a way.
CB radio.
It's the same reason people don't really watch TV much, and it's like things that they're directly interested in are just online.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Much rather watch a wargaming show than a cooking show.
Yep.
Cooking shows just make me hungry.
99% of what I watch is YouTube.
Yeah.
Occasionally Twitch. I very seldom use my Amazon Prime, but even that's not TV. I mean, where you click in the channels and stuff like that. Nah. News. No, I use YouTube for that. All that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a different world and we don't even know it. Well, some of us do. I go to when I hook into my TV here. You know, I've got what's the name of them? Xfinity, and I get all these channels, TV, all that. That's all there, local stuff. But when I do that and look around at all these channels and paid things like Amazon Prime's on there, YouTube, and all these hundreds of other apps, I guess. But there's channels in there. I can't find the local channels anymore. I'm like a retard looking at this TV. I can't figure it out. Where's the basic 3 channels? The news at 6. Where's CBS, Channel 22? It doesn't work like that anymore. It's like I'm stepping into a new world now.
Yeah, I just the TV never stays on for more than 5 minutes for me because I'm just like, there's nothing on. I mean, there's plenty on, but there's nothing on. Whereas my girlfriend loves the 24-hour news broadcast, and she'll just put it on in the background for like 8 hours, and I'm like, I think I've heard this story about 6 times now. Can we?
Can you find something else on? Like, please?
Yeah. 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 It's like, oh, I just put it on and it just relaxes me. I'm like, really? The news relaxes me? Okay.
Like, it might relax you, but all it does is annoy the shit out of me.
Kind of, yeah. Like, kind of.
Know exactly what you're saying, Max. I've been there.
One of our few major disagreements is you know, the purpose of the news.
Purpose of what?
The news.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm like, I don't even, you know, like this story's gonna change. It's good though because my cynicism has rubbed off on her. She doesn't believe everything she hears. It's just, that's probably a lie. Oh my goodness. Why did they make these so hard to put together? How is this easier than... Honestly. GW, you're killing me. This is another good glue, Fritz. If you look at the chat.
1 second.
I know you haven't boiled your needle yet.
Let me see.
It's Tamiya extra thin cement.
A little brush thing?
Yeah.
Brush on? Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah? All right. All right.
This is nice and thin.
And that's plastic glue.
Yep.
This one I have that I have to boil the pin for. I like because it's very fluid. You know, it's very fluidy. You know what I mean? It's very thin.
Yeah.
I like that. I could see why you'd use a pin for it to be able to take it out and pour it out. Just it comes out smooth. It's not something you have to squeeze to come out where you get problems.
Yeah.
That's nice. And that's Revel, I think, right?
Yeah.
Revel. This thing, Kyle, if you're curious what we're talking about, this is plastic glue, model kit glue. Model kit plastic glue, polystyrene cement.
Yeah.
It's got a little, take that off, and it's got a little pin on it. And you don't squeeze it or anything. It's, you know, it's like water in here. And you just tip it up like that, pop it a couple times, and it comes out on the surface. And you don't get strings and stuff going on like I've had to fight with in the past.
That's
all it
pretty
is.
stinking neat.
Yeah. The pin's removable. You can clean it out by boiling it or heating it up. If it gets clogged, that's it. Not bad. As soon as I opened it up and tried using it for the first time, guess what? It was clogged, and I haven't unclogged it yet because I've been just pulling the pin out and pouring it on the surface that way, because you could do that too. I just have to boil up and clean the pin. YouTube restream blocked my comment. Max might disappear from storms. I see that again. Traffic. It is an illusion. We had NBC, ABC, CBS, and WTTV. That was independent. Yep, same thing. Don't forget PBS, public broadcasting. So it's what, 5 stations, the basic ones? We had 2 UHS channels later on, NPR and a loony guy passing religion. Small local stations. Oh, got another YouTube link. Sammy Terry intro.
Ah, come on. Don't do that. No. Why? Yeah.
What is Sammy Terry?
Push it. Push it. I'll give you push it. Push it. Baboon like behind.
So, back in the day around here, there was Uncle Ted's Ghoul School. It was a local thing. He was a local guy. Lived around here. He was a celebrity of sorts, right? Local. Uncle Ted's Ghoul School on Channel 16, which I believe was ABC. And every Friday night, he'd do something just like this. Same kind of opener, but not like this style where he's scary. He would wear a suit, tall guy with white hair, mustache, skinny as a rail, and he wore a little fez cap with a little dangly on the top, you know, the whole 9 yards. And he'd be in this little place like this guy is, where it's the haunted place. And the same thing, he'd introduce the horror for the night, whatever movie they were watching, you know, just like this, except it was called Uncle Ted's Ghoul School. I used to watch that.
Like Vincent Price.
Mm-hmm. It'd be on Friday nights, I think at like 11:30 after the news. It would come on. Me and my old man would watch it. Ooh.
You remember Elvira?
I remember her. I didn't watch her though. She was on.
I know many Elviras.
She's still around and kicking.
Yeah.
Doing the gimmick. MST3K, beat that. What's MST3K?
I have no idea. I'm just as stumped as you are.
Minnesota, that's way the hell up. Now he lives way down south. Max grew up and was raised in Minnesota.
Max lives near the Chattahoochee now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Way on down to the Chattahoochee. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Turn in your nerd cards. I have no idea what it is. Is it an acronym or what? What are we talking about? MST3. Kyle, do some research. Go on Google or YouTube and do a search for MST3K. Minnesota. I have no idea what it is. So I have to turn in my nerd card. It's over, folks.
Yeah, Magic Science Center. Well, Theater 3000. Oh my.
That's not the one where they... Oh, Mystery Science Theater. All right. Now I do feel like an idiot. You remember Mystery Science Theater with the guy and the puppets there watching a movie? Do you guys remember that? Wow.
I remember it vaguely.
I'm actually subscribed to it on Twitch. They have a Twitch channel and they play reruns and stuff. Started in Hopkins, Minnesota. I didn't know that. I know what it is. I used to watch it. That was good because they'd sit there and comment on the movie as it's playing and laugh and tell jokes, haha, and laugh at the actors or whatever. Do voiceovers. Well, that's the point, John. They were like us, like reality. When you're watching an old B-movie type thing. Oh, this is speed paint. I don't want to use that. We're not using speed paint. Let me look for my green. Toodle-doodle-doo-doo-doo. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Ba doodle da ba dee da do. Ba dee da do do da dee da 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 ba ba dee do. Let's do some scat. Da da chugga da ka boo ja pa. Where is
Just getting
my
way
green?
too happy over there.
I'm looking for my green paint. Kyle, did you take my green paint?
I did not touch it, I swear.
I just used it. James, did you take my green paint by any chance? Vallejo.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Flat. Oh, it's right in front of me. It's actually right in front of me. I have it. Never mind. You must have took
What,
something else.
21,000 kilometers away?
Yeah, I got long arms. Watch out.
How you doing, James? You doing all right?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm grumpy. I'm grumpy because I'm assembling.
They had a Kickstarter to bring it back. I didn't know that. New people now on. Not type, or not my type of people. The original people are on riff
I don't
tracks.
have the dexterity of some.
It's
I've
long
got
reach.
heads and arms flying all over the place.
We got these little balloons with little motor propellers on them, and we program it to send each other these things, right, James?
That's absolutely right.
It's about 3,000 miles up.
Do you still have your Dystopian Wars ground forces? Like
Me?
Yeah.
I never had any ground forces. I had the naval ships.
Oh, okay.
I still have a couple of the
Is it-
fleets.
Really? Okay. They're bringing the land warfare to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember they were doing that way back. They were toying around with an expansion for it with ground forces. I think they released some stuff. This is going back when the original publisher owned it. I remember that. Little tanks and stuff. Infantry. Very epic scale.
Ronnie
Dystopian
from
Wars.
Mantic dropped a hint that I think they might be doing smaller scale as well. which is interesting. He just dropped a one-word hint, and everybody jumped on it. They're like, "Did you hear what he said?"
Yeah. What was the word?
Well, he said, because they're doing updates for Firefight, which is a very a great game, and really cool minis, very much not like 40k, much more futuristic and less grimdark, I guess. But the new version of the game is going to emphasize vehicles, stuff like that. And Ronnie just made one comment. He just said, "Oh, we've got some other things coming up. I'm sure you'll think they'll be epic." And that's all he said. And everyone's like,
Now everybody's jumping on that bandwagon.
"Yeah, it's happening."
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just wait and see. Maybe he didn't mean that.
Yep. Epic 40k. Epic. Yeah.
I mean, I actually kind of like that they're bringing it back with a different focus, more on the heresy, like the original.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
right.
don't-
That's right. First edition Space Marine was all about the Horus Heresy era.
Yeah.
The
But I
rebelling
don't-
Space Marine factions.
I play just one Games Workshop game, and that's how it has to be,
You do.
because it gets expensive.
It does.
I would probably play Warcry or Warhammer 100. Play.
I still have the original Space Marine. The rules, the cards, I want to say cards. It didn't go very far until they released Space Marine 2nd Edition. That's where it really took off.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had all the other factions like the Eldar and the Imperial Guard, Squats, Dwarves.
I think Eldar look great in that scale because of the tanks.
The Grav tanks, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Orcs too, because they get the big battle wagons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they'll do that for a while. I think it'd have to be very popular for them to commit to. I mean, even with Warlord Epic, the rumor is they're bringing out Covenanters for Pike and Shot. That's
Yeah.
the third faction, and it's that's fairly easy to do. Not hugely different from the other armies.
Scott's Covenanters.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of handy because they sort of fought with everybody and were allied to the parliamentarians for a while as well. I really am enjoying painting a lot more, though, I've got to say.
Mm-hmm.
28 mil, the first few that you do, you're like, oh man, I keep finding stuff that I've missed and need to go back and fix. And then at some point you're just like, this is really fun,
Mm-hmm.
This is really bringing this guy to life,
It's true. It's true. I love it.
all those extra little bits and bobs start to become enjoyable and a way of differentiating the next guy in the rank from the last guy. Beautiful day, as you can see.
Yeah, it is. It looks nice there, and that's your winner.
Yeah, this is a sunny winter day, so it's cool, but you can feel the sun.
It's pretty nice out there, James. How's the weather?
very cold last night. But I had my weighted blanket, my copy of DBR.
You go.
Ah, yeah, you did. And disappeared from the stream for a while as soon as the girlfriend left. Oh, terrible.
Well, you have to. I mean, as you know, I mean, it's funny because you always say like the part of relationships you like is like the honeymoon phase where you're going out and having fun together, and you don't like necessarily the boring domestic routine. I'm probably the other way around.
Yeah.
I enjoy the simple, having dinner together and that sort of thing. But because she works from home and, I've got my injuries and stuff, like we're around each other all the time. So I was like, I know there's going to be a window of time where there's going to be no noise. I won't have to fix anything or do anything. Getting stuck into my DBR. Really is the best basing convention on earth as well.
Yeah.
Just super logical. Everything just snaps together. Even things from other periods and genres. Like if you broadly follow that, everything just clicks. To quote the Iron Shape,
Rest in peace.
Phil Barker did his job perfection.
Mm-hmm.
He did his job perfection.
Yeah.
He was a very intelligent man.
Very intelligent man, exactly. That's what it would sound like.
He was very intelligent.
Of course, the Sheik passed away. It was this year. This year he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, good month or so ago. He had a good run considering, like, he really gave it a nudge in the party stakes.
Yeah, he did. He was awesome.
You know?
He was awesome. He could get heat from the crowd, no problem. From the very beginning he came in to right to the end. And he carried that gimmick right till his death. He was still playing that character. Even when he was out of character in interviews and stuff, his mannerisms, the way he talked and stuff is still the same thing. Hilarious.
It's a great foil. Great villain.
Yeah, he was great. Take care, John. I see you there in the chat. Enjoy the
See you,
pizza.
John.
There's Dizzy.
all that
Be
food.
careful.
There's Dizzy poking her head into the chat once again. How you doing, Dizzy? How you feeling today? Excuse me. Oh,
Dizzy, if you have chronic pain, I recommend weighted blanket.
yes.
Oh my goodness, it helps. It helps so much.
Mm. Let's see, did I miss anything else? No, just Mystery Science Theater. Holds up heating pad, she says. She's got a heating pad.
Very good. Very good. We're pleased to hear it.
Oh, I gotta do the helmets. You done painting?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just waiting for glue to dry.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a coffee.
yes you are. I haven't touched my Sisters of Battle all week.
No, Fritz, what's wrong with you?
Do you mean worked on them?
Both.
Or do you mean touched them?
Both. Both?
I
No,
know
I-
how you feel them.
Yeah.
Those nuns with guns?
Yeah, I did actually prime my Repentia today, so I did do that. I wanted to get them all put together, them Repentia. I still got one more. I might do that today. Got time. Me and Kyle won't really be getting into Dodd till later. Just he gets late. That's a great game, James. You'd love it.
Oh yeah, like you would absolutely fall in love with it. I'm getting giggy.
No, it's good, man.
So the only thing I don't understand is like what makes it a Nordic fantasy thing. Like, is it the setting, or like creatures, or the classes, or everything? Or...
Just the designers. That's it.
Right, that's it.
About it. I mean,
It's from-
the only real differentiation I can see.
It's just from their perspective. You know, that's all. It
Right.
doesn't really trickle into the setting itself too much. I
Right.
mean, you know, I guess it does in a way because, you know, Nordic cultures have a way of viewing what a dragon is or how gods work and how
Sure.
like
Sure.
it does, like for instance, one of the schools of magic is animism. That's a very if you're into Nordic religions, you'll know that animism along with pagan religions is a very crucial fundamental. So it's directly
Yeah.
named animism. So it's there. So you get that. That's the only relation I could see, really. Maybe
Right.
some of the
I got the
monsters are
impression
kind of themed around Nordic fairy tales and stuff. You might see a little of
Yeah,
that.
I was operating under the impression that it was like themed like that for some reason. I don't know why I thought that, but
Eh, it's just a fantasy
I
game.
am only in Australia after all.
You are.
But there are certain limits on my intellectual prowess.
Oh, but you'd love it,
Induced-
James. You would absolutely love it.
Induced by years of breaking rocks under the steely gaze of a red coat.
Yeah.
Hell, James, if you're around later, come in and join us.
I don't know if I have the brain power at the moment, but plus I do want to get these Necrons primed, and I'm about to run out of battery.
Uh-oh.
But when we get a new PC in here, I'm definitely going to play some multiplayer RPGs or strategy with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that doesn't have a huge CPU overhead. And I mean, I'm probably like you guys, and I'm quite happy at playing cheaper, older games with a lot of character
Mm-hmm.
than necessarily needing the latest thing.
Give me a
but-
game with character and something I can sink my teeth into, and I will happily play anything like that over anything modern today.
Yeah, like my brother showed me the one of the 40k games. I'm just gonna plug in, and I don't know. I just really didn't vibe on it. I was like, "Ugh, this is very like, you know, this could be anything with a 40k skin, basically."
He would love Vermintide, Fritz.
I forgot
He
about
would love Vermintide.
Simbarum. It's another game put up by Free League that actually is. I don't know if the author of the game is actually Scandinavian, but Simbarum's setting is heavily themed on Nordic cultures and stuff. So that's one that's got that in it, the elements of Nordic culture, more so than DoD. I forgot about that. Simbarum, whatever you call it. Another Free League game.
I almost called it symbolism there for a minute.
Uh-huh.
When your elf is turning out. Are you pleased with the results on your elf?
Am I?
With the speed paint? Yeah.
So far, yes. Yes. You gotta know how to use that stuff, and boy, it's a breeze. It is actually quite effective at producing a model that really looks good quickly.
I'll try and send you, when I can, some airbrush flow improver and some matte medium, and
Yeah.
you can just turn any paint into that, basically.
Really?
Like, yeah, with a drop of each, like it pretty much do the same, behave in the same way. Like the matte medium gives it the transparency and the finish, and the flow improver gives it the travel.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. And the cool thing about airbrush thinner is like you will notice it really doesn't like thin the color down. Like it'll thin the paint down, but it doesn't. It's quite magical.
Huh.
But
What's-
I would not add it. I would not add it to speed paint because I tried that, and it just slid off.
It
It's just
slothed
fucking-
off the model.
Well, it dried normally, but like if you looked in the deepest corners, like hadn't settled, like, kind of flowed out in line with gravity.
Huh.
Yeah. I am kind of the guy to ask about this thing because like I'll happily try any combination of like paints and additives to sort of see what happens.
Yeah, you do that more than I do, so you know more about that
I'm a
type of
big
stuff.
experimental.
Yes, you are. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
Yep. Your advice has helped me with that elf. I'm impressed.
With the, I mean, there's a million ways of doing that particular method, but personally, I think that busting up the sketch, like the contrast between the black and the white before you put on the speed paint is like the biggest thing. You know, not just doing black over or white over black, but doing the wash and then like another dry brush. Just kind of gives you that gradation. Anyway, I'm gonna pop out for a bit and listen in.
All right, James. We'll be here. Thanks, man.
Let my Necrons dry. You have a good day.
All right, I'll
I'll
see
be in
you.
the chat.
See you in a bit.
See you,
Carl.
James.
Dizzy says, sipping water while leaning back in my chair, just watching the stream. Awesome, Dizzy. Not much to watch. I don't know why anybody watches this, but I guess people enjoy the chat. Hold down the fort, Kyle. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay, I got it. I'll draw my broadsword and I'll wait on people. What's going on, Squirrel? How you doing? Having a busy day, are you, Squirrel?
Back home for now, says Squirrel Hermit. All right, the squirrel is back. How you doing, Squirrel? Max says, I watch or listen to get some Photoshop work done. Ah, Photoshop. What was that?
Yeah, the good old days.
Are you kidding me? Everybody's eating pizza. Now Squirrel says it's pizza night tonight. What is happening?
Told you it's a day for pizza.
I guess so.
The universe demands it.
Wow. You had pizza. John had pizza. Ironman finished pizza just a minute ago. Max had pizza his wife made. Now Squirrel's digging into pizza. And I'm talking about pizza all day, but I can't do it. You know, I had it last Thursday. I might do it tomorrow, but man, come on. I'm like the last person on earth to have pizza today. I bet you Dizzy just got done with some slabs of pizza. What say you, Dizzy? The stars are aligned at midnight and the bell tolled. Ka-boom.
Bell tolled and they all was known. Max.
You guys are the nerds. What are you talking about? Kidding me? Stuffed crust or no deal, says Dizzy. Probably end up getting pizza tomorrow, and I don't want to. We shall see. You guys will pester me tomorrow for sure. Gotta get pizza today. Today's pizza day. You know what,
Yep,
Fritz?
it's
Come
pizza
on.
days, Fritz. Come on now. You
Yeah.
gotta splurge every now and then. You gotta make it look good.
Take a break from all the salads that you eat. Get some pizza. You know you want it. It's YouTube day. You get to catch up on all those YouTubes all through the night. Gonna need some pizza. Keep you company.
Hey, you gotta have that go-go juice.
Fantastic. Nice. When I was a teenager, I used to take my tape recorder. Well, I was one of those I was a head, right? So I always had a boom box. Whenever I hung out, I used to hang out at the bowling alley down here in the Summit. All the time with my friends. We're always hanging out down there, head banging. But it was a cassette player, so it has record on it too. So you could record things on your boombox. It's basically a giant tape recorder.
Yeah.
Dual cassettes, all that going on. And I made a tape. I recorded me hanging out with my friends, and we were literally I could have been 18 or 19. And I recorded us hanging out, playing. Well, one part of the bowling alley had pinball machines and video games and stuff, and that's where we'd all congregate. Just a small little alcove in there. And I remember recording our voices, and we were talking, and I've listened to it years later, and it's just crazy hearing my friends, some of which are dead, and myself talking in that lingo back then. But yeah, I recorded it. You could hear the video games in the background. It's crazy. I still have that tape somewhere. I should dig it out. Record it somehow on here for posterity.
Yeah.
Pretty
Like,
nuts.
play it, open up some OBS and put it close to your mic, and you can turn it from that to a sort of visual form.
Yeah, I thought of that because when Squirrel said noise, I remember one of the things that everybody was saying was "dude man." That was the way we'd say it. What's up, dude man? That was a thing, and we're actually talking like that in the audio. Just weird.
Yeah, but back in the day, it was accepted, widely.
Oh, I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying it's very nostalgic. It's kind of weird to hear yourself talking as a teenager again.
Yeah, it's like walking down through memory lane. You never know what you're gonna find.
Nostalgia.
Ain't nothing wrong with a nostalgia trip.
Nope. Yeah, I still got those.
Max says, you old guys and your nostalgia. Sheesh.
Don't worry, you'll be there too, Max. Your birthday's coming up. I know what you're hitting. But you tell me. How old do you think I am, after all? I should be calling you old man.
Oh my.
Wow.
Shots been fired now.
He does have a birthday coming up pretty soon. I'm not too far from him. In age.
Not about the age, it's all about the miles.
You're just a kid, Kyle. You're hanging out with the old veterans here.
Better hang out with the old veterans and these asshole kids these days.
Oh, you got that right. 2 digs in one day. I'm laying it on thick today. No mercy. How you doing, Zadarok? There's Zadarok, my new friend on Discord. I've been waiting months for Zadarok's friendship acceptance. It's finally come through. Good old Zadarok. 2 digs in one day. I'm starting to feel special. Very, very special. That's right. That's right. Exactly. Dizzy says, my oldest's birthday is coming up shortly as well. Oh, yeah. Where are we at anyway? It's July, right? July 12th. Wow,
Almost half up.
Yeah, 5 months left to this year. Oh, man.
Where did it go?
Wow. My birthday's in March. March 21st.
May 2nd.
Solstice. So, when is yours?
May 2nd.
Oh, you just had a birthday.
Yep.
Dizzy's is coming up shortly as well. Already prepping my winter blankies. Oh, don't say it. August 15th. Napoleon was born on my birthday. That's right, it's mine. Wow, is it really? August 15th, Napoleon's birthday. I'd have to look that up. But it sounds about right. How do you like that? How do you like that? It's the only bit of Napoleonic history Max knows about. And there it is. August
Dig
15th.
number 3.
It's all good. It's all friendship. Friendship and love. I love Max. He's my good friend. That's why he gets 3 digs today. Napoleon Complex. Oh, that movie. That movie we were talking about, Napoleon. I showed the trailer to it. It's called Napoleon. I think it comes out Thanksgiving or something. It looks really good outside of the fact that I think they didn't do very good casting on Napoleon, but someone like me would be picky about that. And there's no French accents. They're all talking just normal language English. It's like, really?
Ew.
That's just weird. But the battle scenes look good. It's not CGI nonsense from what I saw. And they look epic and
Means they're
big.
taking an authentic and on it, which is nice.
February. Those are the last gasps of winter. That's the way I look at it. This last winter wasn't so bad, honestly.
We
Nobody-
haven't had a few winters in a long time.
Nobody wants to hear a French accent, says Max. I do. If it's about Napoleon, I do. Come on. And then the sun is green. Vive la France. Don't get me started. Don't poke the French, at least not during the 19th century. We were allies to the French, more so than the British, the English. Screw them. Some say Marshal Ney made his escape and died here in the Americas. Some say Napoleon made it to America. After he... Well, no, he died on the island, not Napoleon. Who was the other guy? He loved the Americans. Louisiana Territory, baby. Had to fund them wars. Yeah, it was Ney and it was another guy. If you don't know who Marshal Ney is, he was a Marshal of France. He's one of the most heroic marshals. The last French soldier to leave Russia after the failed invasion. So it's said. Led the charge.
Key piece of history right there.
Led the heavy cavalry reserve charge at Waterloo, which I don't consider Napoleonics. Waterloo. But, yeah. He's not my favorite personality. But he's one of them. They say he escaped the firing squad and actually didn't die by firing squad in France. He actually escaped to America. Who can say?
I mean, if he did, that's a pretty remarkable guy to have escaped and then got on a boat. So.
The center screen, forklift, Queensland with Elvis. No, I didn't mean to say Elvis or Napoleon escaped. A lot of French came to America after all that nonsense. It's actually pretty sad. Probably butchered the language, hides from pitchforks. What'd you say, Izzy? Vive la France. No, you got it. I took 4 years of French and 35 years of trying to remove it from my head. Well, you ought to be a war gamer. Come on over to Napoleonics. You'd come in handy. Cuirassier. I don't know how to talk French. I just use wargamer jargon. And Google Translate.
Close enough is good enough.
Yeah. Do 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 do. How's the job hunt, Kyle?
Going pretty good. I'm waiting to hear back, and yeah, they took my background and signed a bunch of paperwork, and yeah,
That one
background, and then it's an immediate start from there. So
that one you were talking about last night, the custodian job, that seems like the most likely one.
yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That'd be a good
Get my
job.
foot in the door with university, and then I can always, after 6 months, I can bid to a different position.
Yeah. That's good. Enjoy your time off. Because you'll be back at it again soon enough.
Oh yeah, that's why I've been playing Drachtemana.
Yeah, a little free time.
Other than that, I'm actually making an elementalist right now.
You are. Excuse me.
I'm proficient with healing and took bandages, so
Did you roll up bandages?
no, I got enough silver to actually buy them.
You're supposed to roll up your starting stuff.
Yeah, I did, and then I
Okay.
went back through and took the silver that I got
It's okay.
and bought some bandages. Now I'm broke. Actually, they come in a pack of 10.
So you should read about them and see how that works. See, I imagine they are used up. That's why there's 10.
Yep, and the only reason you would use a bandage from everything that I'm reading, because I'm in game, is if you have bandages, you don't get a bane to the roll. But even if you don't have bandages, you can still attempt a healing even though you take a bane to it.
Ah, okay. Didn't know that.
So like last night, like we could have still tried a healing roll on you, but it would have had a bane.
So what skill is it? What skill do you use? Is it healing? Is that the skill?
Yeah.
Everybody has it?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. It's just the bandages take away the bane and you just roll straight roll on quote then.
Mm-hmm. I got it. Because we could use that. Oh, we need bandages. No, we can still try it. What happens if you... Yeah, I imagine what happens if you get a demon on that roll.
You can actually cause damage.
That's good. If that's what it says. Did you read it?
Yeah, like you can, it's kind of like a fumble deck that you can, like the wound doesn't close or your healing's not effective or you actually deal damage to your intended target you're trying to heal. Then again, if you get a dragon, you can do either double healing or you can heal another person
Whee.
in the same action. So like, like if, Trot would have got a dragon on the healing roll, I could have healed you and McCander instead of just you. Or I could have doubled the healing that you get back. It's really interesting stuff, it really is.
Coincidentally, Britannia was my Warhammer Fantasy army. So was mine. That was my main faction. I enjoyed them the most. Yeah. They were my last faction. Beautiful painted army, if I say so myself. Take the Warhammer and start smacking people till you get a job, says Dizzy. Yeah, sock 'em, Kyle, sock 'em, chimes in Joms. Wood elves for me, because I am a butch, says James. Do-do-do.
What elves, eh?
Let's get this out of here. Pied
What elves, you
pizza.
say?
Brr, brr, brr. Brr, brr, brr. We'll match them with our lancers.
Griffin Knights.
Griffin Knights. Ah, there's something interesting. Let me see here. Let me look at this. Huh. Just noticed something here. Do-do-do. All right, let's grab the off-white. No, let's continue with red and finish off these helmet tops. Then I'm going to go to off-white and finish the sheepskin saddle cloth. That means I've only got a few things left to do, which is going to be the lance themselves, the lances, and the fittings, the edging on the saddle cloth, and the helmet. There's some brass in there with the helmet. Yeah, so we're closing in on these. I could probably finish them tomorrow. Let me finish these helmets. Helmet hair. Got two of them. So there is a magic mishap table. If you roll a, you have to spend some willpower to cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 willpower per level of the spell, if I recall, and you make a roll to cast it successfully. Which what you use to roll is based on the type of school you do, and if you get a demon on your roll, you can have a mishap. So that's the extent of magic. I mean, you can get sucked into the warp. A demon could appear and pull you in. That kind of stuff can happen, but it normally only happens when you roll a demon. You basically have to roll on a mishap table. Now, I think Forbidden Lands, Max could chime in, goes a little bit further with that. I think. I'm not sure. I think it's a little bit more dangerous to cast magic. You can harm yourself if you run out of willpower. You can harm yourself to get power for your spells as well. That's in there.
Yeah, but that's dangerous because you're
Yeah.
taking your own HP to give yourself willpower.
Yeah. So it does have some risk, but I think Forbidden Lands actually has a little bit more fun with the risk side. I could be wrong. It could be the same freaking thing. Again, Max will say something. And that's cool. It's like DCC, Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's got a fantastic system for doing this, the spells. And there's always all kinds of cool effects, if whether you succeed or fail. And it's just fun. Oh, got the musician. I'm going to keep that red as well.
Max said in Forbidden Lands, if you have a mishap, then roll a 66 on a mishap table. A demon comes in and rips you from this reality. Make a new character.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
It's a D66. So there's more results. What is it? What is the mishap table for spells? Is it D20 or something? It's probably a D20.
For Drachtamon, yeah, it's 20.
I'm glad it's got it. That's pretty cool. I like those little mishaps and stuff. You get that with melee attacks and shooting too. I've had it kick into gear a few times already. Yes, I have. There. That's fun.
It's something different than, oh, your attack just misses.
Yeah. We don't use that stuff in our Pathfinder. There is a deck of critical fumbles and critical hits that we don't use. I keep tempted to use them. Which is
it's
okay.
just plain out fun at this point. I mean, look at how it was able to, basically give us a quest that me, you, and Sheppy sort of role-played it out there. Because I think McCander had a mishap on a melee. All had to rush to him. So that was cool. So, I mean, why not turn it on Pathfinder for a session, see how we like it?
We'll see.
If we don't like it, we can just simply turn it back off.
Gosh darn gardening implements, says James. James out gardening. Watchtower for art class. Let me scroll up here. Rock'em Sock'em, Wood Elves, choice of man comfortable with himself, and 1,000 arrows. I only had like 5 Glade Riders, a Lord, and 16 archers, though, says James. He continues. Us kids would just bring 2 units each, because that's all we had to play with, and we'd have a good time. I remember the girls would be watching us on the bus and laughing at my elven watchtower for art class. Ha ha ha. Gosh darn gardening implements. Forbidden Lands, says Max. And the one thing Pathfinder 2 needs, and I'm serious about this, is exploding dice. Just like Heckmaster. Heckamaster. Just like Hackmaster. Oh, Hackmaster's full of exploding dice. But I don't want to change my games to mimic other games, because I want to play the other games. I want Pathfinder to be Pathfinder. I want Hackmaster to be Hackmaster. I want Forbidden Lands to be Forbidden Lands. I'm good with that. That's called exercising your brain. The only reason I haven't brought in those cards, critical hits and critical fumbles, is mainly because I want the decks in front of me. I just don't want to roll on Foundry and it simulates a card. I want to actually have the deck so I can access everything immediately, offline. I have the critical hit table cards. I think. Let me look in my bag. I do.
There you go.
I don't have the critical fumble deck though. Yeah, that's the.
That's more often than not what's going to happen. Especially if I'm swinging, it's going to be either a hit or a fumble.
These are brand new. Never used them. So it's got them for. Let me see here. I can't read this. I have to use the little optivisor. Oh, it's got them for bludgeoning attacks, piercing attacks, slashing attacks, and spells. Bomber spell. So bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, bombs, and spells. So let's say you throw a bomb of acid. You critically fumble or critically fail. We draw a card. Let's look for the heading here. If this is a spell attack, you and the target switch places. This is a teleportation effect.
So what, you throw it, then you teleport it,
It's called transposition. So if it's a bomb, you get away with it. It doesn't really do anything. Or draw again. Let me draw another one. Roaring blast. The target is deafened until healed. So the bomb hits and it explodes on top of everything else and take damage, but it also explodes really loud. That would be fun. The target is deafened. I think that should be the target and everybody within 30 feet is, well, you'd have to make a test. Fortitude check. If you fail it, you're also deafened.
That would kind of be like hitting that dong and standing next to it.
Dong?
Yeah,
Will you stop with that?
That'd be hit.
Gong. All right, let's say you're making a bludgeoning attack with your mace, Kyle. You critically fail. Oh, no. Let's draw a card.
It has happened. I mean, it happens to the best of us. I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is critical hits, not fails. So let's say you attack the orc with your mace, and you get a critical success. Yes, okay, well, here's what happens. Critical effect for bludgeoning. The target is suffocating, Pathfinder Core Rulebook, page 478, until subject to magical healing. It can't speak while it's suffocating. You crushed its trachea. So yeah, hit him in the throat. Another one is called Momentum. You gain +2 circumstance bonus to all attack rolls until the end of your next turn. You have to role play these out. There's no real descript because it's a lot of information on a card. It's just the mechanical result. All you got to go by is the title. Like piercing, tangled. The effect of that is you can attempt to grapple the target as a free action. This uses the same multiple attack penalty as your attack and doesn't count towards your multiple attack penalty. Here's one called...
Why not just pick up Grappling Strike?
Here's one. This is a critical success. This is just a random thing anybody can do. Next is Pretty Colors for a bomber spell. So you cast your spell that has an attack roll, and you critically do it. So pretty colors happen. The target is dazzled until the end of your next turn. So all these pretty colors come glittering all around you where that spell went off. This is like when I was in writing classes. It's called a prompt. We all know what that is. Well, in writing classes, they'd always give us fewer and fewer words to write stories with. And they'd give us something like shield smack. All right. Give us a couple paragraphs of a story involving shield smack. So I get with this. I'm all in with just this small prompt. and then you improv the script. That's what I love. Penetrating wound. The attack ignores all resistances. Ooh.
That'd be nifty.
Yeah, that would be nifty. Here's a slashing crit. Muscle wound. Crit effect, the target is enfeebled 2 until healed. So effectively what this does, it's going to add all kinds of cool little additional conditions or damage on top of what you normally do with your attack. That's what it's giving you. That makes sense. You know, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, bombs, and spells. So I guess with critical failure deck, which I think would be funner, it does the same thing. I've got the old Pathfinder First Edition critical hit and critical fumble decks too. I don't think they would work though. Mechanically anyway. But definitely inspiring.
You could get your ideas and make your own deck in theory.
They're little prompts. I like it. We'll see. I like to keep our game simple. Simple. Just make shit up.
Improv is the best way.
I think that's why I'm enjoying Draktamana so much. And even though we're just play testing stuff, it's just so full of these little prompts and stuff. It's awesome to be able to create things like that with improv. I love it. I love that. If I could play all my games that way, I would. Well, I do actually. What am I thinking?
Yeah, but it's like I said earlier, you know, look at what happened. We were playtesting, and then boom, here's a quest. You know, we improv the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And it worked.
That's why I like sandbox games.
Well, yeah, because you can make anything work. You know, like you can put anything in any situation. And you can let your players come up with extra stuff to help you. But I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a snack.
Hey.
And then we'll be good to go.
Get yourself something to eat, Kyle. What time is it?
7:49. Yeah, I haven't ate all day, so I'm going to go eat.
7:49. Let's read chat. Ooh, it's almost 8. I started late today. 5 Glade Riders, Forbidden Lands. I read all that. Savage Worlds. On my list are Savage Worlds. Excuse me. Savage Worlds, Traveler, and either Hyperborea or continuing with Glorantha. Savage Worlds is the definite must because I'm going to be running lots of Savage Worlds. It's like my Pathfinder game. It's just, I'm going to be using it. It's so useful as a system. It works good as a generic system for just about anything. That's its strength. So I'm going to be using that a lot because I want to do different things without learning whole new games. And have some good fun creating my own stuff. Traveler and Hyperborea. Continue with Glorantha. Not a fan of Glorantha. Yeah, I know. Not a fan of that myself. I have that Glorantha starter. You do. I'd play it. If you want to run something like that, James, I'll play. I was going to do that with my other friend. But he disappeared. You're welcome to flip over crit and fumble cards for Frey. I approve those mechanics. Yeah, I know. Everybody would enjoy it, I'm sure. Just, I want the frickin' cards. I don't like the way it looks on Foundry. It's just so bland. It's harder to read. Excuse me. James L. Be right back. Okay, James. There's Iron Man. The game starts in 10 minutes. My game starts... I'm telling you, Iron Man plays games every day. Every freaking day he's playing something. And that's a good thing. Prompts. Sir Prompt. Ooh, that's nice. And of course, Hackmaster's got some pretty wild crits and I guess fumbles. I haven't looked at it. I know it's got those crits because it's Hackmaster. Come on. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. The more random tables in my game, the better. It makes it fun for you when you're a GM, you know? For me, anyway. Because again, I like that improv. I like seeing stuff just come in that I wasn't prepared for. It's like, oh, what are we going to do here? That's perfect, actually. We're going to do this. I love that. Random events. You don't see it a whole lot in more modern games. They kind of took that out because they're focusing on the story and the characters and, you know, who needs to have the party encounter something random like that and they all get killed. This sucked. Oh, come on. Yeah, you don't see it as much. But it's easy enough to put in your games. Pathfinder uses it. It uses it for sandbox games. I know there's stuff in there. Like we're going to be playing Kingmaker. It's got some wandering monster tables and things when you're traveling over land. And so that's good. Otherwise, you got to do it yourself. So I like that. I like it. Do you understand? I like it. Oh, this looks good. Nice. Burr, burr, burr. Later, folks, says Iron Man. My game starts to take care, Iron Man. Have a good time tonight. Wednesdays. Harn tonight, he says. Very full belly. See homesteading in Discord. Oh boy. You guys. Ah. Ah, look at all this good food. Alright. Yeah. Let me put that up for posterity. What's that? Little packets? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Boy, that looks good. Looks good. Little, can't read that. Wild sauce, hot sauce, some taco. What does that say? Something sauce. I can't read it. Boy, that looks good. Actually, it looks like Apache tacos. That's exactly what it looks like. If you ever had an Apache taco, that's what it looks like. And it's a one-person deal. And then, of course, pizza there in the bottom. Boy, it's making me hungry. And what is that, wings up there in the top? Yep. Fantasticals. We got some more food in here that I'll skim past. Got some from James. Little sausages. What's that? Not so bad way to spin out some spuds. That's Iron Man. I think who posted that? There's Iron Man's garden. Good fresh stuff. There's a picture from me. Oh, there's another Iron Man picture. It's Zadarok. It's the same lily as mine. Got them around your house, so do I. Got them in the backyard. Lots of raspberries. Boy, that is a lot. I got a lot of them in my backyard, too. Oh, what's this? I gotta get out of here. This is making me hungry, hungry, hungry. I need to head out. Have a great night. All right, Max. Thanks, man. You have a good night as well, and I'll see you tomorrow, most likely, for more paint-along goodness and hilarity. Three hours. Let me finish these. Then I think I'll call it, I have yet to have a chance to actually read the freaking rules for Dragonbane. We've been reading them together in the thing, but I really need to just sit down and reread some sections on my own. It's the only way I really figured things out. But I didn't do it today either, so it's okay. We do it together in the chat, so gotta finish these sheepskin saddle cloths. This will add a little color to them. These have to be edged in with red, which will look very cool. So we got some red color to them as well. Yep, these are nice. Very nice. Got them. Got 3 more. Yeah, these are coming alive. I love it. Progress. Oh yeah, they have muskets here. They have the musketoon carbine on the right sides that I have to paint as well. We'll have to do that tomorrow. So I will actually paint the red fringe on the saddles then. I'll have less to do tomorrow, so we'll have to do that as well. No big deal. That'll go by quick. So no, it doesn't like angles. Anyway, we're going to do that next. These guys are very darker than I thought they would be. That red is too flat. So this has a sculpted flag. I'm going to have to hand paint, which I'm okay with. Forgot about that. That's unusual because most Magister Militums don't do that. They just have the lance or the flag, the standard pole, and that's it. You're supposed to use paper flags or something. So this must be an older model. I don't know.
Well, they're looking pretty good.
Thanks, Kyle. They'll be done this week. I want to do one more thing and call this done. I'm not going to get to Sisters of Battle tonight because I got to relax. I'm at 3 hours. Oh, actually, it's only been 3 hours. Huh. I got to eat, rest, relax, and get ready for our session here. And we'll record it too.
Well, I'm making a mage, and let me tell you, it's a little bit different making a character that's a mage. Like, if you click animism as your mage, it gives you, you know where like your skills are for like axes, swords, and all that stuff. It gives you another box below that has your thing that you have to go in and manually put in your spell bonus, if you will. It's based off your intelligence.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit different in that way, but outside of that, it's pretty much drag the spells over, and it automatically adds them and automates them, and pretty nifty.
nifty is a good thing.
I mean, it's not an overwhelming magic system, kind of like Pathfinder is, where like the spells hit really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I would classify Drachtamana as more like utility spells that, get you out of a jam, as opposed to just leveling the entire planet.
Yeah,
Like some of the spells in Pathfinder feel like you can actually level the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have anything really that I'm seeing here, at least in the early power levels of the spells.
No, it's a low magic system.
Yeah,
It's old school. It's old school. A lot of people from Pathfinder's first inception have hated the fact that Pathfinder, much like D&D 3rd edition, is for superheroic fantasy adventures. It's totally overpowered. And it's true. You get really, really freaking powerful in that game. More so than even frickin' D&D 5e. And that's intentional, because some people get off on that. They like that. I don't mind it. There's ways to tone it down if you want to have a little bit more realistic approach to it, if that could be used, that word, to describe fantasy. Low magic setting is a better term. Like, compared to, say, Lord of the Rings. Galarian is like superpowers world. It's nothing like Middle-earth at all.
It's kind of like Lord of the Rings versus Harry Potter, a world full of magic versus a world that doesn't really have that much in it.
No. Middle-earth is very low magic. But magic is everywhere in Galarian, and a lot of settings. A lot of modern settings like that. And that's okay, that's cool. That's the style of play we're doing, so. It's not terribly overwhelming, but I know worse settings, more magical settings, I should say, than that. Galarian. There, that's another 3. But if you're a power gamer and you like that sort of thing, then Dragonbane isn't for you, for sure.
Absolutely not. But if you sort of like me and Sheppy, the last couple days, if you want to just get in and make a story and sort of hunker down, then I would definitely give Drachtamana a good go.
Almost. There. Oops, I got one more. Crap, I thought I was done. One more strip of models. High fantasy. Hello. That'll be good progress for today. So it's just a little bit more. I got to do the helmets. I got to do the fittings of the scabbard, the head of the lance. I got to do some white straps in the back of the, whatever that's called in the back, that kind of like a roll, a blanket roll type of thing. I forget what that's called. And the carbines. That's it. And then these guys can be set aside. So I'll do all that tomorrow. They'll be done. It will be Thursday. I have one more day. So hopefully I'll get a start on the next unit of cavalry, which also are Lancers, except they are going to be Vistula Legion. Polish. They got the Chapkas. So I'm going to get a start on those. And that'll be finished hopefully early next week. And then we get everything based. We do the basing, the spackling, the flock, the static grass, all that. Final dry brushes and cleanup will be done. So if I could crunch all that in next week, that's going to be a tough one. But the week after, they're definitely done. We'll get final payment, get them packed up, and they will be shipped in 2 weeks. Shoot some video, too. Excellent.
Looking very good.
Yep. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. What do we got? We got 3 viewers. Huzzah! 3 viewers at the moment. Oh, sorry, folks. It's a slow week. Past couple of weeks have been really slow chats. It's the time of year. Happens all the time. Everybody's outside, coming home from work. They want to be outside. That's all right. We had a lively chat today. Max, Kyle, James, even Dizzy poked her head in, as she does. She likes to poke. Of course, there's Iron Man, Squirrel Hermit, all these yoke heads. And we have a good time.
We absolutely do. Wouldn't change it for anything.
Oh, I could only handle about 3 hours of this, and I am burnt. I haven't eaten. Where's my giant cat? There he is. So let's give him a once over here. And there they are. French Line Lancers. Lancers of the Line. Specifically, that the 1st Regiment of Line. Chevaux la Guerre Lancier. 1st Regiment. Yep.
Looking absolutely fantastic. They're coming along beautiful.
Thanks, Kyle. Here's the project, by the way, the entire project, if I can fit it into the camera. I almost can. It's not a lot. Not really. Not a lot. It's part 2.
Enough to keep you busy.
It's part 2 to the original project I finished a month or so ago. This is the rest of it. Keep me wore out. They're gonna look fantastic when they're done. Oh boy. That's what keeps me going with this nonsense. Alright folks, I'm gonna cut the stream here. It's gonna be me and Kyle. We're gonna be playing some Drakadak the Mariner tonight at 10 with Jesse, who'll be joining us later tonight. So yeah, we're going to be doing some more practice. And I'm going to record that, so I'll put it into some kind of video of some form or shape, which I'll post down the road for you guys to watch our first explorations with Dragonbane. Right, Kyle?
Having an absolute blast with it.
And the reason why I'm recording it is because we're actually doing a lot of good improv. And it's literally improv. There's nothing prepared. Nothing. We're just reading the rules. Comes with some maps. I got some maps loaded in Foundry that I can just pull out, just use. So that's all it is. But it's just great role play and story development.
Yeah, like even you behind the GM seat are really getting into it more and more as we go.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this. And I think it shows. You know, we're getting a good game. If the GM is happy and loving it, it's going to be a good game.
Oh, yeah. And I know that Jesse's digging into it, and me, I'm just fanboying really hard over here.
You
like,
are.
I'm
You are.
crushing on it so hard.
You are.
I kind of want to marry this system.
You are. Taking it to bed with you. I know.
Literally.
I'm glad to see you guys liking it so much. I really am. Because it means we can probably do more of this stuff, games like this in the future.
Oh, I'm definitely down. I'm definitely down. I mean, this is a system that breeds interactive roleplay.
Honestly, I think all the Free League games are like that. They all use a similar system to this. Except, you know, the D6 dice pull. But like I said when I was talking and showing off Vason, it's like they've perfectly matched. They've blended the role play and mechanics together seamlessly.
Oh yeah, hands down. One of the better systems that I've seen, next to Pathfinder, of course.
Well, the problem with Pathfinder is that it's not seamless. It's very jarring. Unless you're good and experienced with the system, the mechanics are jarring. They immediately insert themselves and stop roleplay. But you have to get really good with the system and understand how it works and narrate the mechanics a little bit better to get that same effect. But that's Pathfinder. It's a very mechanically intense game.
But it's also kind of like Jess said last night, you know, this is sort of a game you can sort of, he called it like a pizza or a pretzel night type of game. You know, there's not a whole
Beer and
lot of
pretzel.
pollution. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of things to keep track of, and everybody can just focus on role play and dig into it.
Yeah. The proper term would be Mirth and Mayhem roleplay.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is Mirth and Mayhem system, isn't it?
Yeah, which is essentially the same thing as, say, a beer and pretzels. Beer and pretzels is a term used in wargaming and gaming in general to mean a very laid-back, literal beer and pretzel type of game. Yeah, you can have a few drinks and laughs, very lighthearted. Honestly, I don't look at it that way. That's a little too lighthearted for me. I like a little seriousness in my game, but I get what he's saying. It's very light in the intensity. So, yeah, I get that. Folks, I'm going to call this chat right now because I'm starting to get pooped out. I need a break. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hang in there, folks. It's only going to get better. Take care, everybody.